So Sedicii is using some very cool advanced cryptography to allow organizations to compare identity information about their customers without the need to share or expose this information. We use this for KYC, know your customer, for anti-money laundering checks, where banks, for example, can collaborate without sharing the information. So up to now, KYC or identity verification have been very static processes. They've been largely driven by paper-based systems. We want to change this into a fully digital, data-driven process where I can take information, I can verify that digitally through a data exchange mechanism that's private and secure, and move to a real-time dynamic view of the world. So we've got well over 100 years of combined experience across the team, with experts in digital identity, Patrick writes standards for digital identity. We've got experts in cryptography who understand how to use cryptography to secure and share information so that it doesn't leak to anybody. And then I've got years of business experience starting businesses and making sure that we ultimately last long enough to succeed. The market is massive, and it's well in excess of $100 billion globally. And it will continue to grow because as more and more processes move from paper-based real-world processes into the digital domain, they are going to have to be supported by identity verification and remediation services to make sure they all work properly. So growth is not going to be a problem, and the opportunity is just enormous. We have patented the technology that we use. It's a thing called a zero-knowledge proof. The patent has been granted in both Europe and the United States. We have other patents pending for similar cryptographic protocols, again, to allow companies to process information without the need to share it. But I think our real technical and market advantage is where we move a static process into something that is dynamic. I can verify you right now against information that I have that I can test with government agencies, utilities, telcos, anybody essentially, and prove that you are who you say you are. So we've won a lot of awards for innovation, ranging from being named a World Economic Forum Technology Pioneer, all the way through to the Spanish bank BBVA naming us as the fintech for the future, and the fintech that they think could most likely impact the financial system over the next 10 years. Awards are great, but its technical and commercial validation is what you really need. And to that end, we finished a pilot last year with the national electricity utility here in Ireland to prove that the technology works, to prove that there's customer demand for it, and we got really, really good response. That is going to move now into a full commercial implementation with financial institutions consuming the product.
What is the long-term goal for your opportunity and its investors?
So the initial challenge I liken to what I call the empty swimming pool syndrome. We're at the point now where we've got nobody in our swimming pool, and we've got to convince people, organizations to get into our swimming pool. And when you see an empty swimming pool, your first reaction is one of sort of fear and nervousness. But as soon as you see people swimming in your pool, you just want to get in. And that's what I think will happen. We are creating a service that will be extremely sticky and very important for business processes as companies deploy it, because it makes onboarding and refresh of customer information seamless. It reduces friction massively. So think about all of those places where you've got to register or enroll. They're everywhere. And if you can do that once and never have to do it again, that is something that you as an individual will love and business owners will love, because you won't have to do it multiple times.